Check out Commanders Alert, another round of news here on the channel with more updates from the Washington Commanders. This is Charles talking to you. Next, let's go for another round of news from the Commanders, always fast, objective, and very up-to-date with the team. For those who are new, subscribe, daily videos so you don't miss anything, and strengthen with the like button. Hit the like button on the video so I can continue with the updates here on the channel. The days of uncertainty in Washington are over. The Commanders finally have a quarterback to call their own. Jayden Daniels arrives to transform this team and put Washington back on top of the NFL. And there's more. There are people betting that he could even enter the MVP race. Is this crazy, or are we facing a revolution in the Commanders? And what does Daniel Jones have to do with this story? Could he surprise the NFL like Baker Mayfield did last year? While Washington is defined at QB, the same cannot be said for their division rivals. The Giants released Daniel Jones and are now looking for a new QB. The Eagles still trust Jalen Hurts, but last season left outs. The Cowboys are sticking with Dak Prescott, but for how long? In other words, the Commanders may be the only team in the division with a quarterback ready to grow and dominate in the coming years. The Commanders invested heavily and bet everything on Jayden Daniels. And the expectations are high. Heisman Trophy winner, explosive dual threat, capable of destroying defenses with his arm and legs, winning mentality, and ready to lead the team from day one. And what's more, some experts believe he could even fight for MVP right away. Could we be facing the next NFL phenomenon? While Daniels is ready to shine, Daniel Jones is now trying to rise again with the Colts. Ross Tucker of the 33rd team made a shocking prediction. He believed Jones could have a resurgence in the NFL, just like Baker Mayfield in 2023. Mayfield was released by the Browns, failed with the Panthers and Rams, but shined with the Bucs. He led Tampa to the NFC South title and secured a $1 million contract. And now, Tucker is betting that Jones could follow the same path in Indianapolis. But does this comparison make sense? Or are we talking about a QB who has already shown that he doesn't have the talent necessary to shine in the league? The big question now is, do the Commanders finally have a franchise QB, or are there still doubts? Is Daniels already the best QB in the NFC East? Does Washington finally have a team ready to compete? Can Daniel Jones silence the critics and surprise the Colts? The season promises to be insane, and the answers will come soon. Continuing with the updates, Washington could be about to make another shocking move on defense. The name of the moment? Stephon Gilmore. The former NFL defensive MVP could be the Commanders' next reinforcement. But does it make sense to invest in a 35-year-old veteran? Or should Washington focus on the draft to find a young and promising CB? Fans are already divided. What about you? Is Gilmore the missing piece to transform this defense, or a mistake that could cost dearly? Bleacher Report pointed to Washington as one of the most likely destinations for Stephon Gilmore. The veteran, who has already shown with the Patriots and Colts, had a solid season with the Vikings in 2023. 15 games as a starter, 94.1 passer rating allowed in coverage. Plenty of experience to lead a young secondary. In other words, he can still play at a high level. But is he still CB1? Or are we bringing in a player in decline? The reality is that the Commanders need depth in the secondary. With the departure of Benjamin St. Just in free agency, the team lost an important piece and now needs to strengthen the sector. And here is the dilemma. Is it worth bringing in an already established veteran, or should Washington focus on the draft? Gilmore plus Dan Quinn. A dangerous duo? Here is a detail that could weigh on this possible signing. Gilmore has already worked with Dan Quinn. The Commanders coach knows the veteran well and knows how to use him. Quinn likes aggressive defenses, and Gilmore could be a leader in that scheme. With Lattimore and Gilmore together, Washington would have one of the most experienced secondaries in the league. Gilmore is no longer the dominant CB he was in 2019, when he was named defensive MVP. Can he still guard the best WRs in the league? Or will he be an easy target for opposing offenses? If Washington signs Gilmore, it completely changes the focus of the draft. With a veteran on defense, the team could focus on strengthening the offensive line or adding more weapons for Jayden Daniels. If they don't bring Gilmore, CB becomes a priority on the first or second day of the draft. The team has the money to sign him, but they need to think about the future as well. This decision could make or break the Commanders' season. What would you do in the board's place? Be sure to join the debate. Your comment could appear in the next video. Attention to closing. The team could be about to solve one of its biggest problems. The secondary needs reinforcement, and a big name could be on the way. Washington is targeting Asante Samuel Jr. Does this trade make sense? Or would it be a mistake to bring the Chargers CB? Washington needs a CB, and that's not an option. The Commanders lost Benjamin St. Just to the Chargers this offseason. The secondary was already a problem, and now it's even more exposed. And here's the thing. Washington needs to act before the draft. If they don't strengthen their roster now, cornerback will be an urgent need in the first round. If they bring in Asante Samuel Jr., they can focus on other positions such as offensive line and wide receiver. Bleacher Report has already named Washington as one of the top candidates to sign Samuel. And there's a detail that few are talking about. He's already worked with the Commanders' defensive backs coach, Tommy Donatel. This means that he already knows the scheme, he fits the defense's aggressive style, he can come in and contribute immediately. But is he worth the price? The Chargers aren't going to let go of a talent like that for free. Should Washington spend draft picks or trust in the development of a young CB? The dilemma, trade or draft. With Asante Samuel Jr., the team would have an experienced defense ready to compete now. Without him, the Commanders would need to hit the mark in the draft and hope that a rookie can do the job. What about you? What would you do in the board's shoes? Would you trade for a ready CB, or would you bet on a youngster in the draft? Would Asante Samuel Jr. be the ideal partner for Marshon Lattimore? Should Washington spend draft picks to close this trade, or could a rookie do the trick? Don't forget to participate in the debate. Leave a comment. Next Nation, did you like the video? Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It's very important that we're together. Thanks for everything, and let's go Commanders!